Hello.
Yeah, good evening. Can you please on your video?
Is I audible and visible to you, ma'am?
Yes, yes.
Yes, so good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, very good evening to you. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing great. And what's about you?
Yeah, I'm also doing great.
Okay, ma'am. So we are meeting first time. So can I know something about you?
Yeah, sure, beta. I'm from South. My name is Sumalata, and I'm from South Telangana, and I live in Hyderabad. And I completed my post graduation, and I used to work as a teacher. Now
Oh,
uh, now I'm not doing anything. I left the job, and now I'm completely homemaker.
okay, ma'am. That's great. So, ma'am, what's about your hobby?
Yeah, my hobbies are reading books and listening to some podcast, and I'll do some drawings also, paintings like that. These are my
That,
hobbies.
that's great, ma'am. So, ma'am, may I introduce myself?
Yeah, sure.
My name is Sunidhi Kumari. I am from Jharkhand as I'm studying class 8. I have 5 members in my family and I have 3 siblings. And my hobby is to learn English and to play. That's all about me.
Mhm. So now you're in 8th class, or now you're in, I mean, so when you do your exams?
Yes, ma'am, my exam has completed and I will go to the 9th class.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So,
And
ma'am,
yeah,
so
you can.
ma'am, yeah, so ma'am, why you have left the job?
I left the job at the time in the year 2019. That is the COVID period, and
Oh,
that's why.
okay, ma'am, that's nice. So, ma'am, why are you learning English? Means, why do you think like that? English is very important to us to learn.
Yeah, English is a very important. Why? Because it's a universal language, and nowadays, if we want to do anything, they first asking for English only. The first thing is they want to know whether they can able to speak or communicate in English or not. Like that, they'll ask. Even though I am from English medium, but my surroundings are not like that to talk with somebody in English. So it's okay for I earlier I used to talk in English, but now since from past 5 6 years, as I got the touch of with English is gone. So again, I want to start, and I am willing to do a work from home job. So I'm searching for it. When I'll attend the interview, I should not fumble, and I should get command on that. That's why I'm starting.
Oh, that's nice, ma'am. And in my opinion, like English is very important to us because if we want to go to the other countries, if we want to communicate to the other countries, then it is very important to us to learn English language because they are not knowing our native language and we are also not knowing their native language. So that's why for communication purpose or interaction purpose, it is very important to us to learn English language. And the second reason is that if we want to take a higher job, if we want to take a job, so that's why English is very important to us to learn. And the third reason is that if we want to go to the means if we want to go to the education purpose, if we want to talk about the education purpose, nowadays all the education they are giving, they are providing all in the English language. So that's why it is very important to us to learn English language. And I'm not saying like that it is very hard to learn, it is very easy if we will focus how to speak, if we will focus how to practice English, and if we will maintain our practice regularly, then we can easily speak English language. And we can also take example that if we want to go to the other shops or market area, then we can find that there all the things they are written in English. So that's why for that purpose English is very important to us to learn. And I'm not saying that it is very hard because I was also not knowing English. I was also not knowing anything about English language, but my teacher, my parents has forced me to learn English language because they are knowing the importance of English, and now I can see in myself that now I've understood the importance of English. So that's why I'm learning English.
Mhm. So your parents told you to learn the English, and
Yes. Pardon, please, ma'am.
who inspired you? That who is your role model? I mean, to say to whom you have seen that I should learn. Okay, this is very important. The initial stage you will see, no, I should be like her, I should be like that. Who inspired you?
I thought like that my inspiration is my parents only, and they have told me what is wrong, what is correct. They have only told me that if you want to go to the if you want to do a good job, if you want to do a good job, so that's why English is very important to us. And if you will learn English language, then your future will be bright. So that's why I started speaking English, and I started learning. And my teacher is also, because they told me that how what is grammar, and they also told me the parts of grammar and all those things they told me. After that I started learning English, and like this I have started my journey. And from there I learned the first grammar, because I was not knowing anything about the grammar. So that's why I started speaking by the grammar only. And after learning grammar I started speaking. I started practice English, how to practice English. And I was not knowing to form sentence also, I started practice English, what is your name, like this I started to form a sentence. After that I speak English. And after speaking English, I also was doing, in when I was in class 6, there I also was doing video call, but I was not able to speak that time. And now before 1 month I started speaking how to speak, because now I can see that I have understood the importance of English. So that's why I started speaking now.
Mhm. So what are the techniques you usually apply? Usually.
Ma'am, yeah. Ma'am, it is normal. I do a video call conversation like this. I practice English, and I also practice with my small brothers. He is so much small, and he can also speak English. So that's why I started speaking with my brother also like this. I practice English. And the second that I started reading books. We can also say that the school books they're providing, I also used to read, because if we will read more books we can speak very frequently. So that's why I started reading book also. And I focus on the LSRW, because if we are listening anything then we have to speak. Because if we are listening carefully, then if we will speak in front of camera and mirror, then we can easily overcome of fear. Because many people they are fearing that how to speak, how we can speak. So that's why for overcome of fears they have to speak in front of camera. And after that I read book, and after reading book I started writing, because all those things I have listened, I have to write all those in the copies. Like this I practice English, ma'am.
Okay. And do you feel that to speak English is the grammar is important, or you can speak? It's okay. Whatever it may, first we have to start speaking. According to you,
Ma'am,
what's important?
yeah, ma'am. I thought like it depends on the person, because if they are not knowing anything about the grammar, then how they can form sentence. So that's why I'm not saying that whole grammar is important. If we will learn the basic part of the grammar, then we can easily speak. So that's why I also learned the basic part of the grammar, like tenses, preposition, modal verb, because we these all things we can see in the sentence. So that's why it is very important to us to learn grammar also, and it is not very important to us to learn whole grammar. If we will learn the basic part of the grammar, then we can easily speak English.
So, who teach grammar everything to you? Is your English teacher?
No, ma'am. Recently, that time when I was in class 6, that time I started speaking. So that time my teacher told me that how to form sentence or grammar. They told me. And recently I haven't joined any coaching or center to start speaking.
Mhm. But you improved a lot because I have seen your videos now. I mean to say your confidence level is so high, isn't it? Yes, you improved a lot.
Thank you,
Mhm.
ma'am. So,
And
ma'am, may I ask one question, please?
yeah, sure.
Ma'am, how do you practice English? Means, what are the tips that you follow to practice English?
Yes. I see daily after completion of my household chores from 11 o'clock I start. First of all, I listen to some podcast while doing some work or like that. Then again, if any I'll get any interested in words or something like that. Again, I listen to that podcast or any video like that. I'll write it down on the paper and I'll search for the meanings and I'll form some sentence on that. And I'll do some mirror talks also. Mirror talk technique also I'll apply and start. I'll speak with my daughter like that. So easily I do 1.5 hour like that. And I'll also read the books also. I love to read the books.
Okay, ma'am, that's great. Ma'am, so do you think like that if we will practice regularly, or is regular practice is very important to us or not?
Yes, it's very important. Why? Because we have to be consistent. See, it's a just language. Even if if you're not in touch with that language, we'll forget some words and something like that. So it is according to me, one should have the consistency and daily. Even we can talk with ourselves also. That next time I'm going to do this. That is important. Why? Because if you'll not do anything like if you'll not consistently we'll not do now, we lose the practice. This is I strongly believe, because I'm seeing myself only. Earlier I used to talk very good, because now I got some little bit so much gap like that. So again I have to start.
Oh
Mm,
yeah, like this I have also happened with me, ma'am. When my exam was going on, before my exam I started speaking, but when my exam was going on, there I stopped speaking, and after that I'm speaking, so I was unable to speak so much. So I can say like that regular practice is also important to us.
yes, yes. Do you speak with your friends or anybody is there surrounding people like that?
Yeah, ma'am, I cannot say about my friends, but I can say like when I go to the schools, the all the classmates or the all the teachers they are speaking English. So that's why I can say that in my school friends they are speaking English.
So, what your friends tell about you, that they know that you are having a YouTube channel and you are having a conversation with so many people. How you feel? Did they talk to you that
Ma'am,
you have started?
ma'am, I thought like that I haven't told to them because they are not interested in those of things. So that's why I can't irritate to them. So that's why I don't tell about that of person, because I can also see like if I will become a viral, so they can also watch. So that's why I don't tell, because they are not interested in those things. Because one time, yeah, because one time I have told to them, but they were not interested. So that's why I didn't tell anything about this.
Okay. Since how long you are running your YouTube channel?
And before 1 month or 2 months, I started my YouTube channel.
Okay. Anything else you want to talk? You
Yes,
want?
ma'am. So, ma'am, what you do in your free time?
Yeah, as I told you, no. Most of the time I'll spend in reading the books, and my hobbies are drawing sketches. Right now, I don't know whether I didn't keep. I not remember. I'll do most of the time pencil sketches, and that is my hobby.
Oh, that's great, ma'am. So, ma'am, I thought like it's enough for today. So, can we end our session?
Yeah, sure, sure. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, and all the best for your future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Bye.
Bye. Take care.